As we have a word of prayer, and then I would like you to remain standing for our pledge of allegiance. Father God, we thank you this evening for your grace and mercy. We ask your blessings continually upon this town of ours. We ask your blessings upon the board members. Yes. We ask your blessings upon all of our citizens of our community. Mm-hmm. And Lord, this evening we pray for peace. Yes. We pray for understanding, Lord. Yeah. We pray that you would just be with us in every endeavor that we intend to do that would bring you glory. Yes. And now we ask that as we get ready to go forward with our meeting, we ask that everything that we do here this evening would be done to your glory. Yes. Yeah. All of this we ask in the name of Jesus. Amen. Amen. Join me for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much. All right. I'm glad to see all of you here this evening. At this time, we're going to ask Ms. Simmons if she would give us a roll call.
Elsie Holmes.
Here.
Tommy Turner.
Here.
Jimmy Robinson. Jimmy Lee Robinson.
Here.
Deborah Berkey.
Here.
Ernest Burns.
Here. All right. Next on the agenda, the oath of office this evening will be administered by our city attorney, Mr. Ernest Brooks. Attorney Brooks will come at this time, and all of our individuals that will be sworn in this evening, Mr. Jimmy Lee Robinson, Mr. O.C. Holmes, Mr. Jesse Giles. At this time,
Mr. Mayor, I was going to take those individually.
Sure, that's fine.
If they would like to take pictures, and if their family would like to come and be a part of it as well.
Sounds good. So we will start with Mr. Jimmy Lee.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Jimmy Lee Robertson.
Mr. Robinson's done this a few times. All right. And so what do you want Mr. Robinson to do?
Well, if we'll just ask him to place his hand on the Bible.
Yes, And yeah, however you want to do that, that's good. All right.
I, please state your name.
State your name, Mr. Robinson.
Jimmy Lee Robinson.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will faithfully execute the duties.
That I will faithfully execute the duties.
Of Alderman. For the town of Whiteville, Tennessee.
For the town of Whiteville, Tennessee.
And will, to the best of my ability.
And will, to the best of my ability.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
The Constitution and the laws of the United States of America.
The Constitution of the laws of the United States of America.
And the state of Tennessee.
The state of Tennessee.
And the town of Whiteville.
And the town of Whiteville.
I furthermore solemnly swear.
I furthermore solemnly swear.
That I have neither directly nor indirectly.
That I have neither
directly nor indirectly.
Directly or indirectly.
Paid, offered.
Paid, offered.
Or promised to pay.
Or promised to pay.
Offer or contribute.
Offer to contribute.
Any money.
Or
valuable thing.
Valuable thing.
Or promise any public office.
Or promise any public office.
Or employment.
Or employment.
As a reward for giving.
As a reward for giving.
Or withholding a vote.
Or withholding a vote.
At the Board of Mayor.
At the Board of Mayor.
And Alderman meeting.
The Alderman meeting.
At which I was appointed.
In which I was appointed.
So help me God.
So help me God.
That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
I can come around there.
Yeah.
You know, whatever is fine. I can come around there.
Work better. Okay. Holmes,
Okay, Mr. Holmes,
Miss Holmes, Miss
Ms.
Holmes,
Holmes,
Miss Wilson.
okay,
Walk around there. Yeah.
okay. Do you have anyone here to hold the Bible for you?
My husband.
Okay.
Amen. Amen.
I was telling Angie and Jackson, I'm a councilman as well, and all of the swearing in, I've been sworn in 5 times now, but my wife and daughter have been at every one. So it's real fun to look back and, so, whoever wants to hold that Bible for you, then you put your hand on it. And then you want to face the flag, or you do it right there. Okay, I, please state your name.
Lucy Holmes.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the duties
that I will faithfully execute the duties
of Alderwoman
of Alderwoman
for the town of Whiteville, Tennessee,
for the town of Whiteville, Tennessee,
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
and the laws of the United States of America
and the laws of the United States of America,
and the state of Tennessee
in the state of Tennessee,
and the town of Whiteville.
in the town of Whiteville.
I furthermore solemnly swear
I furthermore solemnly swear
that I have neither directly nor indirectly
I have neither directly or indirectly
paid, offered, or promised to pay,
paid, office, or promised to pay,
offer or contribute any money
offer or contribute any money
or valuable thing,
for valuable things,
or promise any public office
or promise any public office
or employment
or employment
as a reward
as a reward
for giving or withholding
for giving or withholding
a vote
a vote
at the Board of Mayor
at the Board of Mayor
and Alderman meeting
and Alderman meeting
at which I was appointed.
at which I was appointed.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Just let her put her hand on the Bible.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Jesse Giles.
Old Street.
Giles.
Old
Giles,
Street.
you have someone here.
Come on, Miss Ann.
All right, you got your wife.
Come on, hello, girl. Family. Family.
Oh, yeah.
Place your hand on the Bible. I, please state your name,
Jesse Giles,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the duties
that I will faithfully execute the duties
of Alderman
of Alderman
for the town of Whiteville, Tennessee,
for the town of Whiteville, Tennessee,
and will, to the best of my ability,
and with the will of the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws of the United States of America
the Constitution and laws of the United States of America,
and the state of Tennessee
and the state of Tennessee,
and the town of Whiteville.
and the town of Whiteville.
I furthermore solemnly swear
I furthermore solemnly swear
that I have
that I have
neither directly nor indirectly
neither directly or indirectly
paid, offered, or promised
taken offer or promise
to pay,
to pay,
offer, or contribute any money
offer or contribute to any money
or valuable thing,
or valuable thing,
or promise any public office
or promise in the public office
or employment
or employment
as a reward
as a reward
for giving or withholding
for giving or withholding
a vote
a vote
at the Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting. I was trying to do it better. At the Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting,
Alderman meeting,
at which I was appointed.
in which I was appointed.
So help me God.
So help me God.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I feel like I'm part of Alabama.
I'm staying with you. Welcome, all Jesse Giles to our board,
Thank you.
and Mr. Robinson and Ms. Holmes again.
Amen.
All right, so we will continue with our business on our agenda for today, with the reading of the minutes from our last meeting.
The August 1st, 2022 meeting was called to order by Mayor Jane Bell, board members, Council Roll were O.C. Holmes, Tommy Turner, Betsy Johnston, Deborah Burking, and Ernest Purdle, and Jim Lee Robinson absent. Minutes were read, but the motion to approve was made by O.C. Holmes, Tommy Turner, second. Motion carried. Communication from the mayor was given. Comments from citizens were given. Old business, a motion was made by Deborah Burking to approve the Whiteville Utility District Drought Management Plan. Second, Betsy Johnston, motion carried. New business, a motion was made by Betsy Johnston to approve the Public Entity Partners Building and Equipment coverage for $64,909 and workers' compensation coverage for $38,799. Second, Tommy Turner, motion carried. Other business, a motion was made by Deborah Burking to approve the utility adjustments of $58.65 and charge-offs of $565.42. Second, Betsy Johnston, motion carried. A motion was made by Deborah Burking to approve invoices from July 1st, 2022 to July 24th, 2022. Second, Tommy Turner, motion carried. Reports were given from officers, staff, and board members. A motion was made by Deborah Burking to approve purchase of a utility truck for the water department up to $15,000. Second, Tommy Turner, motion carried. Having no other business to come before the board, a motion to adjourn was made by Deborah Burking. Second, Betsy Johnston, motion carried.
All right, are there any corrections, or is it related to our minutes from our last meeting? If there are none, we'll entertain a motion to approve our minutes from our last meeting.
I make a motion.
A second.
All right, motion's been made, and then with the second, that our minutes be approved from our last meeting. All those in favor, let it be known by the sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the motion carried. I don't have any communications from the mayor at this time, and we will move right at this point from comments from our citizens. Does anyone have any comments they'd like to make before we go into our old business? All right, we move right along. Okay, old business. On our agenda, we have RCG Trucking. Mr. Craig Massey is here to report on that.
And I'm mainly excited about being sworn in. Well, we finally got through, and we're kind of moving forward. And I went ahead and brought some kind of flyer to kind of show you what we're kind of looking at with the board's approval.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't bring any of the numbers and kind of the diagrams and all that.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of hard to read. Anyway, but what we're looking to do is something like a 40 by 60 building to do our trucking place there in Whiteville behind the location of the land that the county's working with us on.
Industrial park.
Industrial park, yes, sir.
Right, okay.
So that's kind of what we're looking at. 40 by 60 building enclosed with insulation and probably have a 20-foot lean-to on the outside. But you can kind of see the frames, but that's that's what we're kind of working with, putting everything together. We just need y'all's approval to say yay or nay on that. Any questions on there?
Mm-hmm.
But it will be concrete, going up all enclosed, 2 big shop doors, probably put a dock in, and then, preparation of the land, smoothing everything, that make it a nice facility back here.
Okay, so that's the plan that you got laid out, and so,
We can't get any more detail, I got everything broke down.
right,
We've gotten several bids, and things change, you know, here and there with concrete people, and a lot of people, some people are strung out, you know, until, 3 or 4 months, but we're trying to get the best price for the money and who can get to us also.
okay,
People are just crazy right now, busy with the,
Right.
this move into the commercial.
okay. And so, when you're ready to move forward on it, then you'll come down and secure a permit, building permit, and go forward that way.
We're ready to go now, I just wanna get y'all's
Okay.
blessing. If I get y'all's blessing, then we're gonna try to move forward with it, yes, sir.
Okay.
So nothing has been built yet, this is just the plan.
This is just.
This is what, yes, ma'am.
It look like.
Okay,
Mayor,
now, go ahead.
Mayor, would this go before the planning commission?
It would have to. This would, now, we would have to call a meeting with our planning commission.
Before the
Before
board
the-
will vote?
The board will have its say so over it.
Okay,
And so when our planning commission convene, and we'll convene that, we'll convene that meeting with them. And after that,
I'll back up,
we'd be
okay.
ready to move
Because
forward.
they'll make a recommendation.
Yeah, so they'll give their, recommendation on it. And so we'd be ready. But you fulfilled the part that we asked you to do, to come forward and present something to us.
yes,
In
sir.
terms of what you were, what your plans are. And, so is there any other, do we have any other questions regarding, Mr. Craig's plan for,
Great. Would you be ready for September meeting?
Yes, we're ready now. We're good to go, I tell you, I have something, that's what we some of the contractors stuff that changed around, some get too big, but we got everything drawn out, I just thought the picture do it more justice. We got a lot of decks, corners, vaults and concrete, we got all that, I can give you the measure, but this is the overall best way to look at it, kind of what it is there.
If the price available, it's usually the fourth Monday.
The fourth one?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, I'll try to make myself available, yes, ma'am.
and those specs, then, our planning commission would like to see those.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
Okay, now, we had, I think the board had one other issue, not really an issue, but a concern that we wanted to bring to your attention. And I did speak to you about it. We were talking about, an expansion of our fire department. And we know that we don't have any space up there in terms of making that happen. And you, with your most recent purchase, you own that land around there, and so, we were looking for, you to help us out in that aspect some kind of way, and so, I don't know how you want to do that, but, I know you and I talked,
Yes, sir.
and you're really willing to work with us, regarding that. So I guess you could really need to know, what will our fire department, well, how much land you're talking about, I think that's what you know, and so our board members are here, and, and our fire chief, they know that we're gonna need to expand our fire department at some point. But right now, it's very limited, and we know we don't have space on either side of it, to make that happen without your help. And by you purchasing that land, then, so I don't know how y'all wanna do this, board.
I had suggested this to the mayor, maybe we could do a swap or something. I know that we're looking at in front commercial property, which is probably more valuable than the land that you're looking at in the industrial park, but, my understanding you're looking for 6 acres, is that what it is, in the industrial park? What's that?
It's about 7 acres.
About 7
Yes,
acres.
ma'am.
Well, we wouldn't need that much under the fire department. We were thinking that what we mow now, like the level part, come up to that way, where the helicopter usually lands, and then come back all the way and squares off, Right now, we're at a angle in the
I know the lines are really close to the building, that's what when I had it surveyed out.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's
It's
right.
right on the line.
It's right on the building.
Matter of fact, I don't even think the planning commission usually let you build today's time rather than line
No.
like that.
Well, no, they wouldn't,
Okay.
they wouldn't.
But anyway, I've been willing to work with, the only situation I have there, RCG is myself, Roger, and Leslie, which that's what we inquired with the industrial park.
Yeah.
down there. On the ag-centric building, that's just me, so it'd be kind of hard with the swapping, because we got two entities there.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
that's the only thing there.
I thought y'all were all three, together on all of it.
No, we all work together, but I bought the building, the land, and everything from Mr. Miles. But what I'd like to do is just kind of what y'all asked me, what y'all's proposal is, and where you'd like to go. The mayor's kind of visited about y'all new record, which community growth is good, I'm all supporting Whiteville. I just need to know about what you're looking for, what you're looking at. You're right, it is, that's what I told the mayor today, it's a lot
We talked
bigger
about that.
price tag on the road than it is compared to the back there, it is. So, but I'd like to keep them separate, because RCG is myself, Roger, and Leslie, and it's just a separate entity what we're doing there, it's
Yeah.
a trucking company.
Well,
Would this be something for our, attorney to investigate into, or do we have or is it Mr. Hayes that would have to do that?
well, listen, we have to figure out with the fire department and figure out how much we will need for future expansion, and then, get with Mr. Craig and see what kind of deal we can work out in terms of securing that fund, so.
Cause I've always had a question too, and this is maybe, but the wind comes over and lands.
Yeah.
And I just wanted down the road, maybe a larger question, but I really, I'm happy for the one to do, don't take that the wrong way, but insurance or anything like that, will that affect me in any way, anything, somebody gets hurt or anything, or put it up, or on the property?
You mean as far as the
Somebody,
fire
the
department?
emergency, no, the fire department.
Oh, you mean as far as wings?
Other people coming in, shooting and everybody's in a hurry, and people get hurt. I just didn't know how all that affected, because on the property itself.
And that's been going on for a while.
It has.
Yeah.
And we want us to keep on supporting it, I'm not saying.
Sure, I
just
know.
had the question while we were here, I asked that question, it's like I got that lake back there I'd like to fill in, but, and somebody drowned back here, it's
Yeah,
still
well,
right
that's an
back on me.
ongoing process, yeah.
But usually the fire department, when they land, somebody from the fire department is there for the safety, and I know that.
Well, the fire department don't make the choice of where the helicopter lands. Normally that's worked out through dispatch, through 911 dispatch. Or officers on the scene, because, it wasn't on that go, we landed a helicopter right on the highway.
Yeah.
It's normally where the fastest and best and safest
So
location.
dispatch does that.
Because a lot, like in your area, there's no power lines and stuff right there. It's nice and level, it's easier for the ambulance to get there. That's why a lot of times they use that location, but, like I said, all that is only worked out with 911 dispatch.
I'm just curious, I want to continue to support you, I'm not trying to say that, I always wondered about that, because it's an emergency situation, when you come up there and you got a loved one on there, last thing you worried about is the car, you're coming on up in there, Things just kind of sometimes escalating, tension get high, sometimes we do some things, emergency situations,
Well, I tell you, what we will do, if it's okay with our board, we will get together and decide what we think we need, just for future expansion there, and then we'll get back with you and see what we can work out. But we wanted to bring it to your attention while you were here.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
I'm glad, I appreciate all y'all working and your patience on everything, thank y'all so much. We do
Y'all have
appreciate it.
anything else, Mr. Craig? Okay.
So y'all ever gonna get back with me once y'all?
We'll get back with you.
Thank y'all.
Once we figure out exactly what we need.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Okay.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, Robin said. Besides the partner. Sometimes. All right. Okay. That was, the trucking, RCG trucking and land near the fire department we discussed there. And then the MFA oil company, and you want to expound on that?
The transaction's been raised.
All those in favor, let it be known by the sign of aye. Those opposed,
Okay.
Off the concrete.
The library. Now, I wasn't sure about who was over the library. I know that you are on the board.
Yes.
So,
I don't vote.
where you vote?
Yeah.
There's no conflict there? No? Okay. Well, if there's no conflict with you serving, then yeah, that's fine, because I wasn't sure about that. Because I know you serve on the library's board.
Right.
Okay. Okay, well, you
I
can,
can keep on.
yeah, you can be their go-to person for the, for us as well. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Other business, utility adjustments and charge-offs. I know you all had an opportunity to look over those. Are there any questions as it relate to our utility bill adjustment and, request?
Make a motion that we charge offs and, adjust the request.
All right,
I have a question,
yes.
but, I mean, actually, these bills aren't really that high. So, why are we charging them off? Yeah,
Okay.
Sometimes people leave.
okay.
Yeah.
That's stuff we
And
don't
this
have on
problem,
the
you just move away?
Yeah, they sometimes,
Mhm.
they're not here anymore.
Yeah.
The ones at the bottom are the move off.
Yeah.
It's only two.
Yeah.
And the ones at the top are the adjustments. Some of
Yeah.
them had filled up each one of the ones discussing we adjust the
Yeah.
sewer bill, because it's not running back through our sewer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's,
That's what we do.
And get the students all that, and the bill is more than that.
Yeah.
Why are we testing it?
Because it didn't go into the sewer.
Okay.
yeah,
That's it.
okay, and that's okay, you
It's
know,
okay
we
to
want
ask
you to
questions when you don't
understand
know. I-
why,
Yeah.
why we do certain things,
That's
okay?
right.
All right, any other questions? All right, if there are none, then at this time, we will entertain a motion to, approve our utility billing adjustment request.
I make a motion to be approved.
Okay? And second,
I said,
okay, motion been made and met with a second that we approve our utility billing adjustment request. All those in favor, let it be known by the sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, motion carried. Paid invoices.
Make a motion, we pay our bills.
Okay. All right, all right.
And we've already got the check.
All right, the motion that's been made and met with a second that we approve paid invoices for July 25th through August the 31st. All those in favor, let it be known by the sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. All right, at this time, we'll take reports from officers, staff, board members. We'll start with the board members. Y'all have anything? Ms. Ernest, do you have anything?
I'd like to say though that I really enjoyed the festival that we had. And I'm very disappointed we didn't have as many people
Yeah.
as we were expecting, but you
Yeah.
know, it was so hot and stuff, but
Yeah,
I think people really enjoyed the
I did
festival.
too. I enjoyed it, and, so we're gonna take a look at how we go forward next year. I think the fact that we had a little fee, but we had to do that, you know,
Yeah.
when we have to pay, artists to come to our town to do a concert, we have to ask a little something. So we're looking at some things we might be able to do differently to allow folk to walk in if we can get some sponsors.
we don't have a whole lot of businesses in here around in our area to sponsor. But we look at, if we can get some sponsors, we can tell them all to come on in.
Yeah.
And, so that will help us, and maybe the large crowds will come again. If there's not a fee attached to it, yeah.
I know the children enjoy
The
it.
children have, and listen, all that carnival was a big hit. That was huge, so, yeah, we have to go look at that again. And maybe, as Jamie said, get the bigger package. But yeah, it was nice. You have anything, nervous?
No.
Nothing? Miss Jimmy, okay?
Ms. Oates, you have anything?
I don't have anything.
Okay, Mr. Tommy?
You haven't done anything?
Well, I'll do that when I do my report.
Okay,
I only have one thing, the beautification of the town, everything looking beautiful, you done a great job, Ms. Melvin. When we coming into town, the back part of it about Jean, something will have to be done out there, all the big metal pieces. From the gym over there, that stuff will have to be moved at some point.
Make it look better.
Time you come into town, that's the first thing you see. I really think we need to do something about that.
okay.
There's several different places here in town that's like that too.
Yeah.
Lots and.
I'm talking about
Yeah.
doing
the
that right now.
Yeah,
We can't even do it one at a time.
We're still waiting, we got one more set left that we're gonna actually put on woods. We've actually had several, people that live down there that would like to have one, because they said they use that little strip as a racetrack sometime.
Yeah.
So, Lopez is also, gonna be helping me. He actually ordered a bunch of, new posts, so we can actually put the signs up, along with the speed bumps. So that'll be getting done here pretty soon.
Okay.
As far as the festival that we had no incidents.
No incidents.
As far as,
That's
law enforcement wise, the sheriff's department, they brought their
y'all on
command.
top of it, yeah.
Yeah, they brought their command center out here, and, it really looked like we had a lot of, officers here, but it wasn't as much as what you thought it was. Because we really wanted to look like we had a huge presence, which we did. I mean, the sheriff's department was on standby. They did have a few members here, which they helped us out a lot by securing the back, behind the stage and stuff with all the performers and stuff that was here. And the performers seemed pretty, pleased with the security and stuff back there. But we had no incident with no juveniles, or anything also, no, traffic accidents also, so that worked out really well. People from different counties coming here because they said they could actually come here and enjoy and have a good time without having to worry about people shooting, fighting, getting drunk, and, smelling marijuana all over the place. So, luckily I can say, we have had two years of safe events. As far as the property you was talking about, I think I spoke with the mayor last month about that, because I spoke with Mr. Kenny Lewis, because it was concerns at first about the front loader out there that wasn't fixed for a while, and, they finally got it fixed. So currently, I spoke with Mr. Kenny, because of a lot of stuff on the back side. So they are remodeling the inside of that building. So what his plans are, I guess, is to operate the feed store / like hardware store out of that building. I think he's actually looking at shutting down the actual, where they're loading up the feed and stuff. I guess because of rising fuel costs, and being able to get people to work. He's actually been having to drive a truck himself. That's why you really don't see him down there a lot, because he's actually having to make deliveries himself. So, but they are working on it. I told him that it has been some concerns about how it is looking back there, because a lot of things do need to get cleaned up. And I'll make sure I speak with him again this week about
Get
it.
some kind of timeline in terms of what we might be looking at.
Yeah, and I can at least let y'all know between now and the next board meeting how everything is going. On the other thing that we had, well, tonight we had a promotion ceremony for one of our officers. Courtney House, she's a school resource officer, for the Whiteville Elementary School. She was actually promoted to sergeant tonight.
Good.
She's been working for us since 2019, but she has been a certified officer since 2015. So, she has definitely more than earned, the promotion that she received tonight. And, she's gonna continue doing, not just great things for the police department, but for the school and for Whiteville. So, the only other thing I have tonight is, July. July, we voted, I asked for the board to vote on, oh Lord, I must have left it back at the office. I actually only have one quote from Violet Kennels. We put it in, on social media, because really we didn't have anybody in the West Tennessee area, so putting it in a local newspaper was not going to benefit us at all. We have a lot more people that share and comment on our Facebook and stuff, so we blasted it out to everybody. We still made a few contacts with some recommended people that are in that business, and we only received one offer, and the deadline was for August the 30th, and Violet was the only one to send in one by the deadline date. Nobody else actually sent one in. Their quote for the new canine, it is a 2-year-old Dutch Shepherd. He does have a clean bill of health. Violet, they're out of Indiana. I've actually spoke with both the owners. They have been very highly recommended. I spoke with other police agencies about this company, and there's actually been several agencies around here that has used them. So $11,000 was the lowest bid that was put in. There was 2 other companies that did put in before it officially got put out on social media. I like to at least let y'all know about that also. One company was out of Florida. They put in a bid for $15,500. It was $15,500. I think they're called Southern Coastal Canines. And then we had a company from out of Texas that sent in a quote for like $14,000. So those 2 were sent in before we put it out on social media, but I at least like to let y'all know what the other 2 companies did put in. So what I'm asking for tonight is y'all's approval to go ahead with the purchase of the new K9, and I guess that's pretty much where I'm at. So,
All right.
I make a motion that we buy this new dog, as long as it's coming out of our drug fund, correct?
it will be coming out of the drug fund, yes.
Not the taxpayers' money.
No.
All right.
I second the motion.
All right. The motion been made and second that we go forward with the purchase of the new K9. All those in favor, let it be known by the sign of aye. Those opposed? All right, motion carried.
All right, thank y'all. That's all
I have
got
a
for
question for Ben.
Yes.
Well, I just wanted to know, just out of curiosity, what's the purpose of the state troopers setting in the town of Whiteville? I see them posted up a lot in the town. Are they helping you guys, or you short of help, or what?
No, they do their own thing.
I asked Ben.
Yeah, they do their own thing.
Okay, go ahead.
They normally sit up here on 179 a lot, because since Oak Street is actually considered state highway, so that's a lot of times why they sit right there. Cross Street is actually considered part of the state highway. So really, I have no say-so about preventing them from operating anywhere on the state highway. They really don't interfere with a lot of what we do here. I will say they do back us up a lot. I don't know if y'all noticed, last month I put up a post about whenever Highway Patrol comes through town, they have actually been requested by their leaders to actually stop by the local schools and do a check. Yeah. You know, that's the new thing that's been put out by the state and by Homeland Security. So, so they do help us out a lot.
Okay.
And they, you know, they have their own, special projects and stuff that they do. Do they always run that by us? No, but they do help us out a lot.
Okay, I just wanted to know, cause I see them and I just wondered if they working with Whiteville or they just doing their job. Is that part of their job or part of helping Whiteville or?
That's part of their job, but they are here to help us.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Dave? Fire department?
All right. This year we got 7 calls, first car, fire call. We got 11 first responder calls, first responder calls. Y'all please forgive me on total. That's about all we got on this.
All right.
David, how many first responders do we have?
11.
No, I mean.
Oh, 11?
How many? Is it 5 or 6? I know that somebody went to school.
It's 4.
It's just 4.
It's 4 right now.
It's you and Jonathan.
Sam and Glenn. Oh, Glenn,
John.
BJ, yeah, I forgot about him, BJ.
BJ.
Yeah.
Well, what about, Bradley and Bradley one? It's not, okay, so we got 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you still have any smoke detectors?
Yes, we do. Yeah, we started putting back in, that's, I talked to all the firemen, you know, since the COVID kind of come down a little bit.
Yeah.
To get going, when we won't start doing it, you know,
Okay.
and they come around and say anything about anything yet.
Okay.
We got like 60,
Yeah, okay, good.
then we can start putting them out, if anybody, if you know anybody needs anybody.
I do.
They know, like, all
So
right.
do you have to be a homeowner to get them or a rental?
No, if you are a home renter, you have to get with your, y'all gotta give me just a minute, cause my stroke.
That's fine.
You gotta give me the people that owns the house and let them know that you want them, and then we'll put them on.
Okay.
But once you put them on the house, if you say, well, it's time for me to live out here, you have to live in the house.
Okay.
So,
All right. Thank you. All right. Okay. Okay, Linda?
Okay, first I wanted to tell y'all that, I threw myself on the Harlem County Historical Book Committee the other day.
Okay.
And so what I'm doing right now is setting up workshops at my library and the other libraries to have a day where, because they have extended the time, you know, the main man that was over it, he passed away. So they have extended the time to get your family histories in until November the 15th of this year. And so I'm setting up workshops because there were some people that complained about not really knowing how to write up their family histories, and for us to help people write up their family histories at the libraries. They're gonna do those at the libraries. I got one for Bolivar's gonna be.
So this is, okay, so it is countywide?
Yes, sir, this is countywide.
Okay, countywide, not just for Whiteville?
Right, this is countywide, yeah.
Okay.
So that's countywide, so that's everybody in the county. I'm setting them up at each library, and I've got one set up for all.
Okay, good.
So far, so that was that, and then the other thing is I've been trying to find a grant, but I haven't found one yet, to get us a little bit of new playground equipment. But I've been looking at some, just kind of see what I wanted at some other, parks around, like I went and looked at Middleton's, and I really, really liked some of their stuff, and they had gotten a grant from the Blue Cross or whatever, but when I looked into it, it was too late to apply for that grant to get it. But I've been just looking at that, but now the thing is, this is what went on. Thursday, I was in Jackson for a training meeting, and I stopped at the park at Melissa's and just kind of looked around. And there was something I seen up there that I thought was a good idea, and I wanted y'all's permission to do it. They had a free little library there, and their free little library was made out of a old newspaper stand, okay? We have a newspaper stand at our library that was given to us by the Whiteville Boutique up here. And we was wanting permission to take that, clean it up, and we've got it on our porch for now with books in it and stuff, but we kind of wanted to clean it up and repaint it to some kind of bright color and get permission to put it up at our city park. We think it would do better up there.
What is it? Donate a book?
It's for people just to take a free book, just to take a book. If they wanted to, yeah. I mean, it would be like, yeah, they don't even have to swap one out, just to take one, because we delete books and, we can stick those in there, or other people give us books that are old and we don't have, and we don't have, room for all of those books.
I don't see why not. But you say you wanted it in the park somewhere near there.
Yeah, somewhere near the city park, like maybe on the concrete, close to the building or somewhere. Just whatever, or wherever y'all want it at. We just want to repaint it to a bright color.
Why not on Main Street here in front of this building here?
Anywhere, yeah. We want it, we just wanted to put it somewhere else.
Oh, we'll find, listen, I think it's a good idea.
Right.
We want to take a book and read. So let's think about where the location, the best location.
Okay.
And then we'll decide to move it.
Okay.
I think it's a great idea, but we just have to come up with the right.
A good location, yeah, okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about.
Okay, thank you, Butch.
All right.
All right,
Do we need to motion that or whatever? I mean, I make a motion that we just go ahead and, accept her idea and everything, and we'll give you the responsibility of locating.
well, yeah, we can do that. We can do that, but we're gonna have to decide what location
Yeah, we'll leave that up to you.
fits it best. And we have to look at that. Yeah. Because we do have a lot of those stuff that's taking place in our park. And, we got new equipment that's gonna be installed. We got a walking trail that's coming, so we wanna make sure everything's in the right location before we start doing some other things. Okay, but if you wanted, I'm all for utilizing it to get some books out so somebody can pick them up and read them, but just make sure we get it in the right location. And I think that's probably consensus of the board. It's a good idea. We just have to figure out the best place to put it. Okay. All right. Chamber of Commerce, Angie, you want to talk about what's going on in with our chamber? I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, okay. We've gotten to the point where for so long, and Ramsey wasn't here, and we didn't have anybody representing from our parks, from our our street department, our public works, and so listen, I just want to tell Public Works and repairs how much we appreciate you and your very small staff. The job y'all are doing, and an awesome job. And listen, I know we're trying to get you some help, and we're doing all that we can to get y'all some help, and because we realize it. And the awesome job y'all done in terms of the work that you've done getting ready for the events. And came in there and cleaned up the street before we even left that night. I mean, you would never know that you had an event downtown here.
I know, you need more trash cans on that end.
Yeah, you guys did an awesome job. Appreciate you doing that. we really do appreciate that. Yeah, I'm so glad that we didn't miss, letting you know that.
I know they were still out at 11:30, because I was still
I know,
here
I
at
know.
11:30, and they were still working.
They work, yeah. So thank you. So Angie just tell us a little bit about what the chamber's doing and I think you need a flyer.
If you look in your packages, you have, where it says Want It, they're doing a cowboy or cowgirl, kind of theme awards banquet. Tickets are $35 or $60 for a couple. So I didn't see anything about a table, so I don't know how the arrangements are. But, any of you on the board would like to go, just let me know about it. I think they'll be selling tickets all the way up till there's not really a deadline or anything that I know of. And then also, they're saving the date for a spectacular event, October the 31st. Right now, it's just got saved the date, doesn't really have the exact thing they're gonna be doing. Something that has to do with businesses participating in what they have going on. We'll put it on the town's Facebook page.
Okay,
When we get a little more details.
all right.
And also, with the board's permission, I would like to, I spoke with a few businesses in town on advertising for their business in Whiteville and trying to kind of get better prepared for Blue Oval so people can see what Whiteville has to offer. One of the things is getting someone to do our Facebook and doing graphics for the businesses, and they would change the look monthly or so, or however, the business wants it. It would be for a small fee, and I couldn't give you that fee right now because it would be based on how many agree to do it. Okay. I have a person that's really good and inexpensive, and she's actually been doing stuff for us for years for free. But the fee would cover her expense and maybe websites. Because if you go to the Chamber of Commerce right now, it redirects you to the Town of Whiteville site, which doesn't show much advertising for what we have. And so when people are looking, if they want to search Whiteville, it would be nice, I think, to have as much as possible on the city site. So you are okay with me doing that and charging them a small fee or whatever to cover the cost of it.
Okay. Y'all hear that? What are your thoughts?
I have spoken with a few so far that I just happened to run into, and they were ready to pay. So,
Yeah, so this folk gonna pay us
like, I can't do it just yet.
to advertise their business. And these are businesses that we know something about, And, yeah. Yeah. And then the town is getting exposure. Yeah.
Right.
Did she need a motion on that?
Yes, you need a motion on that, Angie, and then we move forward.
Make it official.
Yeah, okay.
I make a motion.
Because we're charging a fee.
Okay. The motion has been made and met with a second, I give Andrew the okay, the board head to, go ahead and put this, in motion as it relates to the advertisement of the business, connected to our website, for a fee. All those in favor, let it be known by the sign of aye. Aye. Those opposed? Okay, motion carried. Okay, very good. Town of Whiteville, trunk or treat, Saturday, October the 29th. You got your committee ready for that, Angie?
No, but I think Ben wants to head it up because he wants it on Main Street.
I want
Where
on Main
it
Street
used
as
to be.
opposed to the city park.
We used to have it on Main Street. We used to
Yeah.
have trunk or treat here on Main Street. We would shut it down. And the kids really love to get a walk through the costumes and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think ever since COVID has hit, a lot of kids get in costumes, they have to sit in the car, they don't really get to get out.
Yeah.
And, we used to really, people used to really decorate their vehicles and stuff, and we never really had any incidents.
Okay.
With it on Main Street, so,
Yeah.
we got the gates now and stuff.
We can control it, yeah.
Where we control a lot better, and, just whatever date that we decide to do it on, and go ahead and make our notifications to the state, and just, we don't have to shut down the whole, all the way as far as we did for the Main Street Festival, but just this area in between the buildings.
Gotcha, okay. All right.
Why are we having it on, October the 29th?
We've always had it on the 31st,
Yeah.
unless it
What
was
is
on
that
a
called?
Sunday.
What is this?
Thursday.
No, it's a Monday.
What is the third?
The 31st is a Monday.
Yeah, 31st is on
There's
that.
one.
So.
Yeah, this is school night.
What is the curve
The
trick or treat
29th.
on October the
So the 29th is
31st?
on Saturday, so.
Yeah.
Probably best on Saturday.
Yeah.
Well,
And it's not on
as
school
long
night.
as we were always having, as Ben says, on Main Street and everything, since we started the trunk or treat. If you have the trunk or treat on one night, the kids are gonna get out and they're gonna trick or treat on Halloween night.
Exactly.
They on their own.
But yeah,
They're gonna do it twice, you know, so we might as well just have it on October the 31st.
That's the way we always did it.
I prefer Saturday.
The only reason why I recommend Saturday is because we're gonna get more people to participate.
Right.
Yeah.
And it would give us and the street department more time to get prepared for it, because if we're trying to get ready for it after school hours, we're gonna be limited on our time of getting everything shut down and set up for it. So
so
I think
it's on Monday night, that is school night.
You need to clean up, you gotta clean it up.
And then some of them may go to Baltimore on another night, so Saturday night would be best.
Now, if we can set Monday as an alternate, just in case if we have to,
Right,
Yeah.
right.
so we can set the Saturday as the initial date and Monday as the alternate date.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So. Christmas parade. And
Our Christmas parade is usually, the second Saturday every year in December. Hopefully we can get the churches more involved, cause it is about Christ. And maybe they can do a Christian thing, but we will try to continue the Disney theme and add a, Candyland theme to it this year. Have someone already working on getting the, entry flyers together so we can get started on that and hopefully get more floats.
Did we try to get some bands this year?
Working on it, right now, working on February and Junior ROTC and color guard
those guys
and
are very good.
dance teams. So, we started working on it a little.
Yeah, February has a junior ROTC and flag troop that we,
Yeah.
hope to use them this year.
So that would be the 10th.
Yes.
December 10th, yeah.
Didn't the National Guard have?
Well, they have a color card, group, but if you said it's the junior ROTC,
has a color guard.
they have no.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Well, is there anything else before we adjourn?
Mayor, excuse me, very quickly, thank you for having me. Just kind of a quick report as the city attorney. Several items that the board voted on this evening. The MFA oil deed, of course, was drafted by our office, and the food truck ordinance, we have made great progress on that. record, I am the city attorney, I'm not a judge. I only put on the black robe because I was asked to make it, kind of nice and formal, as we welcome our new alderman to the board. I don't hold myself out as a judge, and I didn't judge anything tonight. Just want to keep my license. Again, it's been such a pleasure to work with the mayor and Angie. I guess I'm her right hand man. And the town of Whiteville. So thank you.
We appreciate you. We appreciate your wonderful legal counsel.
Yeah.
We couldn't do it without you because we want to make sure that everything we do is legal. Is legal. and that, listen, we appreciate you.
Mayor, I got my own word.
Listen, I know. And on another note, we know that you lost your wife a few days ago, and we want to extend our condolences again. We have a card here for you, but we want you to know how sorry we are to hear that. And, we'll continue praying for you.
Please be my daughter.
Peace. That you know will be able to get through this and continue to move forward. But
and thank you for praying with me.
Absolutely. And we think a lot of you, and we appreciate you very much. And so, with that being said, we're ready to adjourn. So,
Adjourn.
well, we need a motion in a second. All right. Okay, thank y'all. We got through this meeting expeditiously. And I appreciate that. I know Mr. Robinson, he's taking too much time.